everyone! So today I'm going to talk about the importance of business continuity and dual WAN failover for small businesses. This has a huge impact on businesses if an internet service provider goes down, and then so does the business. Having a redundant link means an immediate failover for your primary service provider's outage. What that means is that if the internet service provider goes down, a secondary provider will automatically be turned on so that you don't experience downtime at all. This dual WAN failover is now included in all of Uplevel systems-based packages, meaning no additional cost for the existing hardware to support the new functionality. Now see the dual WAN failover available with Uplevel's 2.3 release. As soon as your Uplevel is upgraded to the new firmware, you'll automatically see these new features. The primary ISP link will go directly into the internet port, uplink port 1. Just as normal, all traffic will automatically flow through this port. The auxiliary port will then be used as a secondary link for either a wire as well as an LTE connection. Anytime the internet uplink port 1 is down, we'll fail over to the auxiliary port link to continue service. When the primary link fails, we will fail over to that secondary link in the auxiliary port. This failover is triggered by a lost link of at least 5 seconds or more, which can be a physical link or a data connection to the internet, which is there to ensure that it is a true failure occurring rather than a small glitch in service, and to prevent the ISP links from repeatedly hopping back and forth. At this point, we'll automatically send the managed service provider an email notification that the primary link has failed and a secondary has officially taken over for proactive email notifications. Because it'll take 5 seconds for the failover to occur, services like phone calls and streaming will be interrupted. However, after these 5 seconds, all services will resume and pages can then be reloaded and applications to restart. When the secondary link activates, the applications will then receive a public IP address of that secondary auxiliary link. So when that occurs, the Uplevel dashboard will present a yellow warning that there is an internet issue on the service provider side. However, it has failed over to that internet auxiliary port. You'll also notice that the public IP address has changed on the dashboard as well. This means very little interruption to business and a notification to your managed service provider that an issue has occurred. As soon as the internet is resolved or restored, that internet uplink port 1, the traffic will switch back over and resume service on the primary link. In order to revert back to the primary link, a connection of at least 5 seconds or more is required, at which time we'll automatically fail back over to that primary link. Web filtering enabled on the Uplevel gateway will continue to work regardless of the ISP's move or not, without any interruption. However, keep in mind any public IP addresses will change as the link fails over and then reverts back. So non-Uplevel services will need to be configured accordingly with those multiple public IP addresses. This includes dynamic DNS addressing that may require an agent be deployed onto a local machine to update the IP address as it changes between dual WAN failovers. The Uplevel gateway will work with internet service provider modems in both NATing mode as well as bypass mode. Setting up a dual WAN failover for an ISP modem in NATing mode, you'll want to ensure that both modems' LAN schemes do not collide with the LAN scheme of the Uplevel device, meaning that the IP addresses are not within the same subnet as within the Uplevel network. This can cause major issues with traffic as well as experience. For testing purposes, the primary and secondary links can actually be hooked up to the same ISP modem so long as the modem is in a NATing mode. This will allow you to test out when one link is unplugged and the other link picks up by unplugging and replugging in both the primary as well as the secondary links to ensure that they fail over accordingly. This is obviously not at all how you would want to deploy it into a customer scenario, since you would intentionally want to have 2 internet service providers for those 2 different links. However, for testing purposes, this is great to ensure that when one does disappear, the other one picks up service as needed. For more information, reach out to Uplevel Systems about additional offerings and services.